Hello, this is Volnum again with a new episode of City Skylines. This is session 4 with 3 hours of gameplay reduced to about 50 minutes. And where was I again before I started on this new day? Yeah, I'm looking around my town here. This is all time lapse, as you may see, and I have an issue with trains again. And this is really outside my town, so I'm trying to solve a problem with queues and jams by making right and left tracks, but it's quite not working the way I wanted it to. Turns out later well, I really knew that, but it only goes. It's still only used for only one in each direction. I tried to use traffic precedent to to fix it, but it's not compatible with train tracks apparently. Yeah, well, this is northwest corner of my town, and it's trains everywhere, and in the upper left part of the town, and I am trying to look through my inventory. I have 77,000 people in my town now, and here I found it's middle of the night and I can't see a thing. um, but it's and I'm trying to make it one way. Like you see, I have measured up here on the left side, and then I put another one up. Well, the most difficult part with all these intersections for trains is, of course, how trains keep getting stuck all the time, even though it's 2 lanes, one in each direction, and they keep getting stuck when they're trying to cross one going over to the from different direction, crossing the other one, going in the other direction. I keep getting stuck, and it's so it's not really very efficient. I was wondering if I could download a train intersection that already has this one-way train track mod enabled, made for that mod, more or less. But I wonder why it's why the trains always keep going only in one lane. I mean, it's I have 2 lanes, so why don't you just drive right side in 2 lanes when I have 2 lanes? But yeah, and I have all these strange train tracks going everywhere. It's not very easy to figure out, I guess. I'm not quite sure where I'm going with this city either. It's well, the point was industrial, of course, so I need to have quite a lot of industrial, but it's always asking for more residential. And I don't know what to do about. Well, I don't. And it's I'm building residential in one area, and then it keeps asking for more people to come to the industrial areas, more or less. But it's kind of people is kind of living right outside the industrial areas, and I can't have people living in the middle of it because it's too polluted. it's all these all these problems I have to solve all the time. And here it's perhaps solving my train problems. I'm not entirely sure. And I'm trying to figure out this roundabout intersection thing I downloaded. If what tracks should be right and what should be left. And I see I'm stuck again. You see, but the purple means it's something wrong with the way I'm doing it. Not quite the right thing. Well, this time around, I'm focusing mostly on agriculture and a bit of maintenance this time around. Here I'm trying on the traffic precedent to try and make these. As you can see, it's just not compatible. I can click on these white things, but it's not responding. And it's stuck again, you know. So what do I do about this thing? But perhaps I'm a bit too impatient, so I just fix it and then I'll leave to see if it's going to be solved later on. The one-way train track mode also has tracks, single tracks for only one train in the width, and I could possibly try and make something useful out of those, since it's not really working two lanes anyway. So okay, am I finished with this thing now? And I'll add on at the end of the track. I add on some strange things with the one-way track I was talking about. Single tracks, and but it's not being used, so it's not really solving anything either. A bit hopeless. So let's just take a look around and see if there's anything I can do. This is the north part where I had some troubles. And here's a roundabout. And this is the industrial area with the airport in the middle, and on the right side here I had a train station, the big train station. And this is by the new industrial government area, probably you can call it. Some high rises there, and I really wanted it to be a baroque kind of a building, and it's just not developing. It might just be because the baroque theme buildings are residential, and this is a tourism area, so it's just not the right kind of buildings. This is really the area with the most best agriculture, and this is where I was planning to have farms. As you can see, it's very yellow. But I, of course, built the connection train track thing in the middle of there. But that's what it usually is in big cities, you know. You start with the agriculture and then you just add on later on. And here I need to use the no zoning. So just make it into an agricultural area. It's probably not going to be very clean food, but you know, it's just a game anyway. I'm using a district theme here. It comes from someone on Steam Workshop. It's lots of little greenhouses and a bit more varied and nice looking than the default standard theme. And I don't know if I'm going to have a high rise on the left there. It's a little bit too high for that area. So I need more residential. So I need to start building this area for residential houses, and I need the tram to go down here and connect with the highway going through that area. And then I use the mod again to get down below ground. It means I stay below ground when I'm making that road, instead of going up and down like it looked like I was going to do with the... Yeah, and I need to connect this, and I want it to be the same length. It looks a bit more tidy. This area I'm building a few of the Rico buildings, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But it's mostly just global buildings in different types. Because I have so many Baroque buildings, they keep popping up in the general areas, which is perhaps not what I want. I don't know, but can I make areas with the only default buildings or whatever without the buildings for I don't know. I have to check that out. And then I need to adjust this one to... Yeah, I looked through my intersections, but I decided to just build it myself. It's a very strange corner, kind of. It's not really fitting anything I download. I have to redo the entire section if I want to fit an intersection. So I just build this area, and then I try to make something that looks nice. Well, I think it's, yeah, fairly okay. I just have to get rid of the bridge there. It's not really suitable. And I have discovered that when I'm using them, I don't know what happened, but somewhere along the line I downloaded some more mods, and suddenly Anarchy mod, when I'm using Anarchy, it's removing the pillars on the bridges when I'm crossing something. Yeah, and here I'm just building some general residential buildings. And I wonder about this. Sometimes I use blue, and sometimes I use red wire, not wires, but pipes. And it's not... I don't know why I end up using different types. It should be the same. And here I put down schools and yeah, well, all the things they need to grow up and be happy. Oh, and I found some what is that? It's oh yeah, that's the boulevard thing, I think it's called. Boulevard thing. It's good for the happiness in that general area. Plop, plop, plop. Yeah, it's a purple thing. It's actually quite nice. And here I built up a little pedestrian road, but that's suddenly gone later on, and I don't know how I have to turn internet off. No, I could turn Facebook off, perhaps. Nah, I don't know. Never mind. Perhaps just another level of entertainment. Yeah, and we need a tram, don't we? No. Yeah, it's a tram, isn't it? Yes, of course it's a tram. Because I built the tram lines, and I just delete tram, and then I need to try again. Because I don't really have any subways or anything like that in this area. I built a train station combined with sublines at the top later on. But at this level, down here, I don't have anything specific I can use. I could of course do that, but I have so many of them already, and it's kind of messy. And here I am again, trying to sort out my intersections. And this area on the right, that is the train station. Yeah, so I'm connecting up the train station to this new area, which is a good idea, I guess. And I have lots of stops all over the place. I was hoping to have quite a few people living here, and later on I also add some of those tire buildings I downloaded. It's Erico buildings with a few people living in it. I don't think that's so many people living in those buildings. Um, yeah, and I have to name my new lines so I know where they are going. So I'm calling this big area here Magnolia because that's what the program selected, but I'm making it residential. So I know it's residential when I look at it. And Magnolia. And then I'm renaming some of the stations, yes. And so many. Is that lanes of use at train stations? Train lines? No. It's bus lines, of course, yeah. I have most bus lines. That is natural. And here is some parks, and I'm trying to make something interesting. Oh yeah, that's when of course, that's when it's I have to be rebuilt again, because I didn't even notice that I just dragged it straight through. And that's not working, of course. And here I have a especially difficult little dump where it does not want to cooperate at all. So I kind of gave that one up after a while. Do they really need to have those pedestrian walkways to walk there? I don't know. But it's not really snapping either to the roadside like like it used to, I think. And here is some trees, and I'm using the straight line, the tools for making garden trees in a straight line. And I'm just dragging straight through the walkway, and it's working nicely. Perhaps could be even nicer if I bothered to make it in 2 sections and not just drag it straight through. But I'm a lazy one, so I do it the easy way. And then I figure out I want even more greenery, so I put up some of these bushes as well. And sometimes they are even red, and that is when it's going through other trees actually. It's kind of nice, I guess. Could be better, but I have a big city to develop, so we can wait. I had a deficit in about 100,000, I think, and then it was down to 50,000 when I moved more people in. And these hospitals just they are not being used. They are there, and people need the hospitals, and they are happy and everything. But it's not being used. It's kind of saying zero patients all the time. And here you can see some of those baroque buildings, and people are sick, and I'm trying to accommodate all their needs, and they are red, and it's yeah, it's. But even though I build these hospitals and grow happy and everything, and it's still not being used. And here I'm connecting up bus lines again to this connection hub thing. And it's one-way tracks like that. Then I start to complain about heat. They don't have enough heat. And it's a bit silly, really, because it's only the summer here, so you don't even need heat in summer, do you? Well, anyway, I built the wrong kind of pipes, so I had to rebuild again. And why do I do that? It's so silly. Yeah, and they are sick. But then I want to fill in this area and build in some offices. Is that what I know? I built. Yeah, I need to have somewhere to shop. That's the thing, you know. Shopping is important to people. It's going to be pretty busy here, I think, and it's a nice neighborhood. And I'm wondering what to do about that area down by the river there, because it's well, the river there isn't that nice, but it's could still be a nice area, I guess. It's just by the government area where I also have very nice living quarters. So I don't know. I have them. I could develop it a bit more with plants and everything. Could be doing a better job there. And what else can I do with a riverside development like this? I don't know. It could be a park, perhaps. It's very straight, this river, so I have to think about that for a while, I think. Well, this kind of concludes this part of session 4. And the next one I will start on. That's the heating I needed. So let's connect that one up. And then it's on to the next episode. Thank you.